Welcome to the Business Blast Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. This episode is brought to you by Authors Unite. Authors Unite provides you with the support you need to finish your book. Best part is, after you finish your book, they take care of the entire publishing and marketing process 100% for you. So, if you want to become a successful author, make sure to check out authorsunite.com. Now, let's jump into the episode. All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Business Blast Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Wagner. Today I have Alex Stone with us, and she has her master's in healthcare administration and her undergraduate degree in public health. She is an instructor at Denver University College, and is a board member for the Colorado Healthcare Strategy and Management Organization, where she is the membership chair and a research analyst. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Of course. Great to have you on. Look forward to your responses here. So we'll dive into the first one, Alex. The first one I have for you is, what is the best story from your life that has an underlying valuable message?
So when I was an undergraduate at the University of South Carolina, I began as a nursing major. And I was really challenged by figuring out how to study, and I had a lot of really hard science courses. And when I was a sophomore, you apply to be in the upper division clinical program. And I didn't get in by a really small margin, and I was absolutely devastated. I'd worked so hard, and I didn't really see myself doing anything else. Luckily, I had an amazing advisor and professor, Dr. Sarah Kraft, who introduced me to public health. And I was exposed to healthcare in a completely different way. And I realized that I could influence a large population of people versus just one person. And through public health, I was exposed to healthcare management, and I decided to pursue my master's in healthcare administration. And had I gotten into the program, I wouldn't be where I am today. So the message here is that life doesn't always happen the way you plan. And if it doesn't go the way that you plan, that just means that there's something greater out there for yourself, for your career, or for your business.
And then what is the most valuable piece of information we should know that's within your expertise or industry?
Yeah, I love this question. So everyone knows that our healthcare system is broken, and we are paying way too much for care. And there are a lot of factors that influence why healthcare costs are so high, but I'd like to talk about one in particular, and that's patient access. When patients lack access, they become sicker because they go undiagnosed or untreated, and they end up in the ER or become an inpatient in a hospital. And this directly affects healthcare costs for all of us. Across the U.S., states have specific areas of healthcare concerns, and cities within those states also have specific health concerns. And some of those health concerns I'm talking about would be obesity, opioid addiction, substance abuse, mental health and behavioral health issues, teen or unwanted pregnancies, and different types of chronic illnesses. Now, everything that I just listed is either treatable, curable, or above all, preventable. And the message here is we need more community-based programs to cater to specific populations. If we can implement well-strategized and well-funded programs, we will be able to increase patient access, increase quality of care and decrease cost.
And then what is your best piece of overall business advice? So not necessarily industry specific.
Yeah. The best piece of overall business advice is just because you think you have a great idea doesn't mean that consumers want or need it.
And then if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would that be?
You have plenty of time to be an adult and enjoy being a kid.
And kind of going a little bit of a different path here. In your opinion, what is the key to happiness?
In my opinion, the key to happiness is love. It's giving love and receiving love.
And what is the best book that you've read, and what was the number one thing you learned from that?
The best book I've read is How to Win Friends and Influence Others by Dale Carnegie. And the number one thing that I learned was that a person's name is the most precious sound to them. So when you're first meeting someone, take steps to remember their name and to use their name frequently.
And Alex, what is your favorite quote and why?
My favorite quote is by Robert Kiyosaki, and he says, "It takes courage to discover, develop, and donate your genius to the world." And I really like this quote because we all have different talents. And sometimes it takes a little bit of time to figure out what your niche might be in your career or figure out what you're truly passionate about. And sometimes that might be unconventional, but nonetheless, it's important.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. The last one I have for you before we let you go is, where can our audience find you online?
You can find me on LinkedIn, search Alexandra Stone, and I would love to connect with you.
Perfect. Thanks again for jumping on.
Sure thing. Thanks, Tyler.
The podcast you just heard was published with Anchor. Got something you want to say to the creator of this show? Send them a voice message using the Anchor app, free for iOS and Android.